is time. I sanded off the edges to make these open up a little easier. Started soaking about 20 minutes ago. Giant squash. And 3 giant pumpkin. Soak these for about a day. I'm going to put them into some soil. I'll be starting the seedlings under an indoor setup. Maybe over there under these lights. Maybe under some different lights, who knows. This is the beginning. It's about that time for the potting soil. I soaked my seeds. I soaked 5 total seeds in water for about 18 hours or so after sanding down the edges to make the seeds open up just a little bit easier. I'll put some of this Happy Frog potting soil into some of these cups, label them accordingly for giant pumpkin, giant squash. I like this stuff. I've used it before on other projects I don't feel like naming. Quick little rundown here. Mycorrhiza. We got some nutrients. It's not the most hardcore food in here, but just enough to get them started, I think. So I'm going to fill up some cups and start planting seeds. Pineapple plant looking solid, but that's not what we're talking about. These are the 4 seeds planted in soil. 3 of them are giant pumpkin. 1 is giant squash. Giant pumpkin, and giant squash. Now, I don't plan on planting all of these out. Whichever one looks stronger of the giant pumpkins will be going into the big plot outside. And this giant squash I'll just be slapping that into my compost pile. You know, just see what happens with minimal anything. But then we've got our start of the hydroponic giant squash. And that'll be put into a net cup and put into a passive crack key. So yep, now all we do is wait for these to emerge. Should only be about 2-3 more days. I'll be checked. Well, we almost had a close call on Saturday night, probably day 6 of these seeds soaking and germinating and all that, sitting in their cups. The daytime temperatures on Saturday were nice and warm, so I had these seedlings in a bucket outside, and at nighttime I forgot to bring them inside. Got down to like 45 degrees Fahrenheit, and I woke up panicked, thinking, oh no, I killed them all. Here we are, day 8 after being soaked. So far 3 are poking out. I believe 2 are giant pumpkin. That one back there is the giant squash. Actually, looking there, there's a little bit of green. So it looks like we got a pretty solid germination rate. I've got the daylight LEDs hitting pretty close so that they won't be leggy, getting these off to a nice start. But things are just starting to warm up outside. Not quite warm enough to plant. Give that a few more weeks. Probably transplant into slightly bigger containers. Things are going well. Shout out pineapple. So it's been about a week. Actually, it has been a week since the last clip. And we are just fine. Let me Let her outside, she's bugging. We're growing along just fine. Let me move these lights out of the way. So we've got our 2 giant squash and then 3 giant pumpkin plants, all doing just extremely well. Nice growth, no real complaints. I am surprised at the size of these leaves though. Like, I know these are going to be big, but compared to the ones I was growing last year, these leaves, the first ones, seem pretty big. In a couple more days, I'm going to transplant these to bigger containers. Can recover from the transplant shock and all that good stuff. But yeah, I've got 0 complaints here. These all look fantastic. Update you in about a week.